Whether the goal is a one-night stand, finding a new mate, or improving a current relationship, 2Hearts will enable listeners to experience the relationships they desire.
Now, we told you we had 3 makeovers today, and we've got another, really handsome guy sitting in the room. He has been on, I think, 120-something online dates, so he's quite the expert. And people refer to him as a dork, and I don't understand why, because he's insanely handsome. Andy, welcome.
Oh, no, it's good to be here in the studio with 2 lovely ladies. And even in the parking lot, there's just nice women walking around everywhere here.
A great pickup site, huh?
Yes, it is. I should hang out here more often.
I know. So, Andy,
yes.
you went on 126 online dates?
Yes, unsuccessful. Except for the 126th, actually. I did meet a girl, and it worked out for a while.
Over what period of time?
I would see. Well, it was on one website, and they give you, if you don't find your significant other, let's say in 6 months, they give you a free another 6 months.
Okay.
So I did that a couple times. But no, this is about a year or so, all these dates.
Okay, in a year's time.
In a year's time.
Okay, and so what would you do? You would go back and forth with the emails, and then you would call. Tell me what your game is.
Well, first of all, I don't have much of a game. That's the whole problem. I thought, okay, let's go online because they're looking for somebody. I'm looking for somebody, and it should work out well nicely.
Good strategy.
It doesn't work that way. You think it would be easy, but it's not so easy. The online dating scene is completely different than going somewhere and meeting someone. And
it's a different experience for sure.
Completely different. It's like they're shopping is what they're doing.
Right, right.
They go there. They know that if you're not the right one, they can just zoom home, get on the keyboard, and get someone else and go to the next.
Well, you know what? There are so many choices. There are thousands of men and women on this, so it's almost overwhelming. But I think maybe being really specific with your profile is probably a good start. Being really honest and showing who you are. So when they read that profile, it's you, and when they meet you, maybe that'll help? I don't know.
Well, I'm not sure exactly. Now, I did have a profile on there, and I wrote some things down. It wasn't working. I wasn't getting a lot of response. So what I did was, if women are looking for this certain thing in men, all I did was I cut and pasted their profile.
Someone else? Did you,
Andy?
Yes,
you stole someone's profile.
Borrowed.
Oh, my goodness.
Borrowed
but
from
then,
many different sites.
Then when you show up on the date, you have to kind of be that guy.
Because I am that guy. I just
Are
not
you?
a creative,
You didn't know how to write it.
I'm not a creative writer.
Okay.
It's okay if you use something as a model, but it should be about you. It should really express who you are.
I picked the stuff that I matched with them.
Okay.
Not that
Then
I'm giving away the
bad.
website there, but...
So let me ask you, now you say 129, but the number 126 was a success. Why do you think the others were a disaster? Were these coffee dates, drink dates, dinner dates?
All. I've tried everything. Dinner dates. Most of them were coffee dates.
Okay.
The 126 girl... Well, let me back up a second. When these girls show up, they generally have an agenda. They don't literally, but they have a clipboard of questions in mind.
Okay.
And you can see them going down the clipboard and the questions. They have, there's like top 10 questions. Basically, there's 5, but the top 3 are, what do you do? What do you drive?
And that's such a turnoff. Those are 2 turnoffs, I think.
Wait a minute. Let's back up
I know
for
what
a
you're going
second.
to say.
Why don't you do this beforehand? I mean, so when I said, what's your MO when you're online?
Yes.
Shouldn't you go back and... Doesn't it say, I'm an attorney or I'm a librarian?
Yes, it does.
So why is that a question?
I'm not exactly sure. That's one of my questions is they ask that question, I think, what do you do, is more so how much money do you make is
Sure,
what they're
that's
saying.
what the gold digger aspect of it.
And then second question is what do you drive? That means how much disposable income do you have that you can spend on me? That's what I think the hidden meaning is behind that.
A lot of LA people are obsessed with cars. It's a car culture out here, and I think a lot of people use that as a way to siphon through people, and it's kind of not important. I mean, what's really important is the person. I mean, great cars are nice. I love cars, but But so what I'm thinking is you should get this out of the way before you even meet them. Why waste your time?
You would think so. The other question they ask that you don't really, when you're emailing back and forth, is like, how did you, or what happened to your last relationship? How did you break up?
Yeah, because they want to see if there's a pattern. They want to see if there's something they should look out
Right,
for.
if you're a serial killer, or do you keep all your women around, maybe?
They're your friends now. You dated them and they're all friends. And women don't like that.
And they don't like that, or they want to know how they're going to be treated when you break up, or if you break up with them. I'm not really sure, because every time I get asked the question, there's a different meaning behind it. So they have their own agendas, and trying to keep up with that, giving them the right answer.
Okay, so let's play a game here.
Okay.
Let's say, so you meet someone at a coffee shop.
Yes.
You're meeting Anne.
Yeah.
You play.
So let's role play. So, Andy, hi, it's great to meet you.
Oh, how you doing?
are
Yeah, you look just like your picture. You do.
So what do you do?
Well, I'm a mechanical engineer. I went to college for 7 years, but right now I'm retired.
Okay,
cool.
Great. What do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, what I do is I'm an actor.
Oh, great.
Yes.
What have you been in?
Oh, I've been in all kinds of things, many things on television. I'm in a play in
cool.
town. I've been in several plays.
You seem funny, and do you do comedy? Do you specialize in certain roles?
Well, I have done stand-up comedy at the Comedy Store.
Okay.
And
How did I know?
Yeah, there we go. So,
but okay, so you're funny. Women love humor.
okay, well, let me say something about that. That is the one thing you never do in the first date ever is do like what I'm doing now, be up, be happy. They do not, as soon as they see that, they think you're not serious.
Okay,
and
so
they're out the door.
That's
Wait a
all
minute.
the 123 or
125.
that were not successful.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know
Not
about
on the
that.
first date.
I don't know if I agree with that. So you're saying, let me just understand
Yeah,
what you're saying. You're saying if you go in upbeat,
When
and
I go in.
when you go in
Yeah.
and you're fun and you have like good energy,
Yes.
that's bad.
It is bad.
You're saying that's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. In my experience.
Really?
Now, also, when I'm talking about dating, online dating is different than dating any other place, because the women, they know they can just give you 5 minutes and you're done and you're out, and they can go find someone else.
Like speed dating.
Speed dating. Now, the other thing, too, I'm also talking about my age bracket, too. Okay. I'm in my 50s. Dating online for the 20s and 30s, everybody else, it's also different. It's a different game. The women are looking for different things. Like in the 20s, women are like, they're still thinking about having children.
Of course,
But in their 50s, no. So,
And so what age range are you interested in?
I'm in the 50s.
Yeah,
So
well, that's cool.
And you're dating women in their 50s.
40s and 50s?
Well, 50s and 60s.
Okay,
Oh,
okay. That's nice.
You look very young for your age, by the way.
Thank
But
you.
I
That
have-
works against you also.
But that's weird that women who are in their 50s and 60s are asking about cars. And I mean,
What do you do? What do you drive?
what do you do? That's like 30s, 40s when you're going to have a family.
That's true.
I would think.
Well, I think the hidden thing.
bizarre.
I think the hidden thing behind it is like, how much money do you make? How much will you spend?
Well, exactly. And for you to say you're retired and you're an actor, maybe they think that, well, if you guys did hook up, that you wouldn't be able to take them to dinner, or you wouldn't have enough money, or you don't have a retirement.
And by the way, I'd never tell them I'm an actor ever.
Okay.
I did it first,
Okay.
but no. As soon as I say I'm an actor, check please, they're out the door. They are gone, because there's a
I
stigma
know.
of like they don't have money.
Yeah.
Right.
Which, well, wait a minute.
Oh, he's an
Yeah. I mean, do you
actor.
just
Oh,
say you're
no.
retired, or?
Well, then, so I started saying, after I kind of caught on to what's the best things to say here. Yes, I did say I was retired, but the problem there is then they say, oh, so
It's too much
you're
free time.
Too much free time, or you're, a fixed income.
No.
And I go, well, wait a minute. If you work 40 hours a week and you get a paycheck every Friday or every month, well, isn't that a fixed income? I mean,
Right.
It's the
That- yeah.
same thing. So I don't quite understand what is going wrong.
Okay.
Now,
okay.
all right. So I kind of decided, well, maybe online dating isn't for Andy.
Exactly. So, what are your other interests? Cars?
I like to cook.
You like to cook?
Yay!
I cook. I have
Chef Diamora be happy
there you
about
go.
that.
I have written my own dessert cookbook.
Oh, great.
Where I'm living next month, one of the ladies is turning 70, so we're all getting together. I'm baking the cake. I'm going to make a ganache cake.
Oh, what's a ganache cake?
Ganache cake. ganache is the stuff that's inside the center of a truffle.
Oh.
Okay, this creamy stuff.
So it's like a creamy, rich.
Creamy. You take a pound of chocolate and a pound of whipped cream, heated, melt them
I know
together.
a lot of things you can do with that.
Yeah, I know. It sounds like some good body painting.
Been there, done that. Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Okay, so he
you
likes
did
to
do that with
sex it up
someone.
and steam it up. That's great.
Yeah,
so
so-
you're a sexy guy too. You,
Oh, yeah. This one, the last girl there. Yeah, she likes taking baths,
Yeah.
So I, always scrubbed her back, and then I used a loofah on her back all the time. And
Okay, so you sound like a dream. So, Anne, how can we?
Yes.
What kind of practical advice do you think that we can give Andy?
Where do you go? Where do
Okay.
you meet these
I
people?
think there are a lot of food events you can go to, and maybe you should redirect your energy and do some food events.
That's a great
Whether
idea.
it's a cooking class. I mean, I think they have cooking classes for. They're not that expensive. Take a cooking class, Japanese cooking, or something an area of cooking you're not familiar with, and try to meet women that way.
And also, all of those food fairs. I mean, they all over LA. There are all kinds of culinary events all the time, and actually, people are out there. They're eating, they're drinking wine, they're sharing their love of that. So that might be a great place for you to go.
All right.
And maybe gourmet food stores, cheese stores, farmers
They have wine
markets.
tastings.
Wine? Do you like wine? Do you?
Oh, no, I don't drink wine.
Okay,
Don't drink
okay.
and don't smoke. That's
Okay.
something you
Okay.
put on the profile, and they're real stern about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of women don't
That's
like
okay.
smokers.
Oh,
Okay.
that's for sure. I don't
Yeah,
like
they-
smokers. That's hard for me too.
But different not wine events, cheese events, food events. I would, redirect your energy or get
I
off
guess-
that dating site. I don't know which one that
I've
is.
been off. I've been on several at one time because the women are on different sites at the same time, also shopping around and stuff. I found the same person on a different site. In fact, I talked to her on one
Oh,
site,
no way.
and
That's
then
great.
they sent her my profile to her. And she called me back. She says, "Well, the universe is like telling me that I should see you stuff, and then talk, and then okay, see you, bye," and never heard from her again. I go,
Was she a nice person? Could you
Yes.
guys be friends?
but she never wrote back.
Okay, so no.
And a lot of times, if you write them and they don't write you back, well, that's
Well,
pretty
then
much
that's it. You
That's
can't
it.
go any further than
you
that.
have to send one, get one. Send one, get one. If you miss, that's it. You're done on the online dating system.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
we want to see you up in your game by adventuring out and doing finding, women in other areas
Other
that share your same passion and everything. So
focus on food events, and
Food
then when
events.
we talk to you next time, we want an update, and
Nice.
we want to see
we want to
what's
know
going
how
on.
it turns out.
All
But
right.
Andy, I think you're very dateable. You're very handsome, and
so.
you're very open. So I wish you a lot of luck. I think you're going to do great.
And you can be up and have good energy on your first date.
Yeah,
That's-
so
I
you
guess
just
if
all 125 of those women were wrong, and we're here to tell
All
them.
right. Okay. It just gets a little old. You can turn down a lot. But I guess, like you say, it's a numbers game.
Yeah.
And if you don't get turned down 3 times a week, you're not asking enough.
That's true. I've heard that before. I've heard
Okay.
those odds. So
yeah, it's a numbers game.
Yeah,
Nice.
and go to the grocery store, do some shopping for that fabulous meal you're going to cook.
I guess so. I have problems with the store people because I tend to run into a lot of married people at
Oh
the
yeah.
store.
So we'll look at the finger
gotta
first.
look at the
I always
finger.
look at
You
the
got to put
finger.
your radar out there.
Exactly.
Get into the habit. Look at
yeah.
the finger. But we'll also have some dating tips on our website.
Nice.
So if you go to 2 as in the number 2, heartsonline.com, go check out those dating tips.
I will do that.
All
And
right.
send us a note and let us know how things are going.
I will.
Yes, we look forward to hearing.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Andy. So we're here to help you with your hookups and help you get laid and all kinds of things that are interesting to you on how to date. You can
Yeah.
get more dates.
Exactly. We're trying to up your game here so you're lucky in whatever it is, one night stands, longer term relationships, or if you want to spice up your marriage. So we've been talking to some guys about their dating history and trying to help them out, and we've been talking about trimming up your manhood down there and using food as as foreplay.
Yeah.
And I think you guys out there, that Chef Diamore had some awesome tips. I mean, I may go home and put them in my cadre of tricks.
I'm going to put a lot of that into practice.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
food, and I really believe that food eating is just a passionate experience to me. And I don't know, it's because I love food and I love cooking, but I think everybody should try it. And all you guys out there that aren't used to cooking, use some of her tips and with the strawberries and the bread and wine, champagne, whatever.
And they're simple enough. They don't have to be serious recipes. You don't have to have 3 different pots going, and you don't have to go to 3 different grocery stores to buy something. A good piece of bread, some good cheese, strawberries. It doesn't have to be difficult. So we think that people should be having more sex and be in more loving relationships because life is short, and that's what makes life really rich, we think.
I think that's a great point, Anne. I mean, we want to be in, great relationships, and there's so many people out there that want the same thing, but they don't know how to go about it. So they can check out our website at 2heartsonline.com, the number 2heartsonline.com, and get some tips, and also listen to the show.
Yeah,
and
call in with questions.
Yeah.
We want to help you.
We want to help you. I mean, going back to our first guy, I mean, he spent a little too much time with the cars, and he just needs to wake up, because he was a great guy, but he was a little too focused on the cars.
He was way more into cars than he was women.
Yeah. But I think he was straight, totally straight.
Yeah, definitely. I just think that men have to get over that. I have to make a certain amount of money to find or to be in a relationship. I think that's bullshit. And I think that there are plenty of women out there who will be in a relationship with you. And you just have to be a little more creative. So you don't take them to the most expensive restaurant. Put together a picnic. And there are so many fabulous restaurants in LA that aren't that expensive. And I just think to say that and do that, to shut yourself down from loving and fun sexual experiences is crazy.
So we have a caller that says that he thinks that guys are out there doing it wrong.
All
His
right.
name is Scott. And what do you think guys are doing wrong, Scott?
Well, I mean, 129 dates online.
Okay, I know. That's a lot, huh?
Yeah, I mean, these guys, they give me the impression that it's all about me syndrome. Why don't they just relax and get out there?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of places to meet women.
Where do you go to meet women?
Well, I don't. I'm married. But
Okay. Well, Scott, why don't you give them some of your advice? Tell them.
I mean, if you're a religious person, you can meet people at church. If you like the bar scene, I mean, there's all. I service bars and some of their equipment, and there's women all over the place looking for a nice guy.
You just have to find the right venue. If you're interested in cars, go to car events. If you're interested in food, there's nothing like meeting someone face to face.
That's right.
I mean, online dating is good, but it's challenging as well.
I didn't like it. I tried it. I didn't like it. My sister was really good at it, but I was terrible at it.
Scott, how did you meet your wife?
On the job.
Okay, on
cool.
the job.
Did you meet her in a bar?
No. I worked on computers at the time.
Okay, that's cool.
But I think they're throwing too much out there. I mean, the only thing the guy with cars, all thing he talked about was cars.
I know. He was a little bit too focused. That was a little too much, right?
Yeah, you gotta relax, and sometimes not trying so hard. The old saying, the one that cares the least gets the most back.
Yeah.
Just relaxing about it, like chill out, relax.
Chill out,
Yeah.
relax. Go to the wine events. Go to the food events, because you mentioned the food and wine. And he said, "Well, I don't drink."
Maybe he should. I don't know. Not that I want to, push anyone to drink, but maybe he needs to loosen up a little bit.
So you don't drink? Well, drink water.
That's right. Enjoy the food and have a spritzer, right?
Yeah, or learn to drink a little bit of wine.
I know.
You gotta throw yourself out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe for those people who do drink, maybe if you're nervous, have a drink before you go on a date. I mean, don't drink and drive, of course, but loosen up a bit. Come on.
Hey, Scott, thank you so much for calling.
I got one other comment.
Okay.
I love the new format. I've been listening to Tiffany for years, but I love y'all's new format where you're engaging your public out here.
Thank you.
Giving us some ideas. Even though I'm married, I'm saying, wow, these girls, they're giving people information.
That's
So,
great. We're here to help everybody. Thank you.
We want people to be in love, and we want them to be having lots of sex, and we think more of the world should be doing this. There are not enough people who are in loving, fun sexual relationships. It should be, this is our movement to help people.
Great, I love it.
Will you go check us out online at 2heartsonline.com and see what we're about?
I wrote that down.
Okay,
Yeah, I
good.
love it.
And if you have any friends, please tell them to call in. We want to help them.
Yeah, in fact, I couldn't remember the phone number when I called in before with Tiffany. So y'all mentioned it a while ago, so I got it on my phone now.
Okay,
good.
cool, Scott.
Save that. Put that on your speed dial.
Yes. We'll talk to you next time.
Yeah, because it used to come up on the Sirius dial, but the phone number's not coming up now.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you, Scott, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, baby.
Thanks for
right,
listening.
thanks, Scott.
Bye.
All right, we have our next guest.
Yes, we're here at Sirius XM, Playboy Radio, Sandra and Ann, 2 Hearts, and we have Michael.
So, Sandra, tell us about Michael.
Well,
Hi, Michael.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, my sister was born in Bethesda.
And how long have you been here in LA?
I've been in Los Angeles for about 14 years now.
Okay, and what brought you here?
To pursue a career in music.
Okay, cool. What kind of music?
Any kind.
Any kind.
I sing and play guitar. play
Oh,
bass
very
and
cool.
drums.
Hey, now is that sexy or romantic? That's about as sexy and
A
romantic as you
guy
get.
who can play guitar. I
you
know
kidding?
I have many guy friends who said they learned to play the guitar for women, to romance and seduce women.
I picked it up when I was 12 because I thought it would be an easier way to meet girls.
Okay,
It's true.
so hey, there
Okay,
we go.
So if you play the guitar and you sing and you cook, let me tell you, you're going to be getting all the women you could ever want.
I went to culinary school for a while.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Oh my God.
I'm actually up for hosting a TV food show where I would be hanging out with different cultures and partying with them and then making food at the end of it. And
Well, you're a slam dunk,
I
honey.
know. So are you still playing music too?
yeah, I've actually jumped more into the acting thing recently.
Okay.
It's really fun. So
Okay.
Well, that's what kind of food? I just have to find out. What's the sexiest food that you prepare? Do you know anything about aphrodisiacs? So many questions. I'm sorry, but
I love
dying
oysters,
to know.
and there isn't much to prepare there other than just be there and not cut yourself when you crack it open. But I love French food. I mean, it's what I was trained in.
So did you listen to Chef D'Amour? Did you get to hear our sexy
not.
French chef?
I did not.
Oh.
You have to go on the website, 2heartsonline.com, and
She's
check
got
out her.
Right on.
Her posting, her recipe.
She has
she's
a great scallop and bacon recipe. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm on board.
Very cool. Well, okay, so we've looked over. Gary, our producer, had a little interview with you, and I know that you have a lot of dating experience. You've dated a lot, but you said you're for the most part dating out of town.
Yeah,
and you're not getting as lucky in town.
Oh, yeah, that is you're putting it perfectly. Whenever I leave town, women just seem to be a lot more receptive, especially overseas.
Where
Like
overseas?
Australia,
Okay.
Korea, Sweden.
Sweden.
Oh yes,
Wow.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're very sexually liberal there,
Yes.
which is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, yes, they are.
Oh, it sounds like you have a story to tell. Tell us about
Tell us that story.
your Swedish affair.
Well, this actually happened in Australia.
Okay.
But
with the Swede, though.
no, this wasn't with a Swede. This was
Okay.
with an Australian woman.
Okay,
The
okay.
Swede, well,
What? Tell us. Oh,
she's
now
coming to
you-
visit me in a few weeks.
Okay, well, she's probably not listening, so
No,
you can.
probably not.
You know what? You may just have to import her, but tell us. We want to hear the stories. The Australian woman first.
Well,
tell
yeah,
us.
I was just hanging out with friends. I went to visit for a month and having a really good time, and really just went to see if I wanted to move there and see if it was a place I would enjoy, which is a fantastic place, wonderful open
I've
place.
heard it's amazing. I haven't
so
been yet.
chill.
That's great.
Anyway, I'm having drinks with some friends. This really beautiful blonde woman, just having drinks with me, and we're just chilling and
Was
making
she
people
sitting
laugh.
next to you at the bar? How did you?
Yeah, we're all sitting around a table.
Okay.
Wasn't really a big deal. I didn't think
Okay.
she was into me at all. I mean, she was into me in the sense that we're getting along and we're having fun.
Right. But how did you come to this table with all these people? Were you with friends? It was a group
Yeah.
of people who were
Friends
friends.
told me like, "Hey, let's hang out with some people."
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
We were talking. She was. We were staying at the same building, and she's like, "Hey, let's walk back together." I was like, "Fantastic," and took an elevator up to our floor, and I was like, all right, well, I'll see you later. Went for the hug, and she just grabbed me.
Grabbed you. Wow.
Wow.
And,
Where did she grab you?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Over the course of
So
the next
she
2 hours.
attacked you. Oh, my
yeah,
goodness.
in that
Wow.
elevator.
In the elevator,
exciting.
you had sex in the elevator?
So awesome.
Oh, my
So
God.
awesome. Yeah.
Wow.
No, she wasn't the stripper, because I understand you went out with a stripper.
No, I dated a stripper for a very long time. About
You
3
knew
years.
she was a stripper, and
Well, when we met, we were working at the same bar together, and then we started dating, and then I just wasn't very bright back then, and she said, I really want to become a stripper. And while I'm still very supportive of whoever I'm dating,
Right.
I probably would have been a good idea for me to go, wait, I support you doing that. Will it make my life better?
yeah.
So
ask
there was
that
a lot
question.
of turbulence that ensued after she
Very
became
much so.
a stripper. Okay.
She also got into, the darker side of the business,
Okay.
got into drugs and things like
Okay.
that.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. So you had to exit that. And then, but you've had some other really bizarre experiences. Do you want to tell us about those?
I dated another stripper.
Oh, really? Two?
yeah.
This is a pattern. Where did you meet her?
I used to go to this jam. There used to be this awesome late night jam where musicians would just show up at this theater, and the theater owner was kind of a cokehead, so he was up all the time, and he would just lay instruments out and say, go. And so I would jam with guys and have a lot of fun, and she just was like, hey, let's hang out. And I was like, oh, okay. And she looked like Marilyn Monroe.
Okay.
Told me she was a lesbian. Actually had a lot of work done down here.
Down here, he's
her-
kind
her
of
female parts.
motioning
Had-
down to her private
Had surgery. So
She had a hysterectomy.
Oh,
A lot of pain,
okay.
a lot of weird stuff going on
Okay.
that doctors couldn't diagnose.
Okay.
But kept telling me she was a lesbian, but decided to hang out with me for 2 days straight. And then at one point, we're lying in bed, and she's like,
hanging out in bed.
totally.
2 days in bed. Okay,
And
that's
goes,
what we're talking about here.
And the whole time I'm like, all right, does she want this? And then right when I would say that, she'd
So
be
you
like,
hadn't had sex yet. You're
Oh,
just
no.
hanging out in bed
Just hanging
and
out.
playing and talking and
Sure.
stuff. Okay.
And then she just says, I'm going to go outside and have a smoke. And you find some condoms and lube. And then when you come back, you're going to fuck me in the ass. And then walked away.
Oh no.
Oh, my goodness.
And it was the
wow.
most impersonal
Ooh.
physical experience. I've had more intimacy shaking people's hands I didn't know.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. More
So did you
intimacy
just
shaking,
get up
like-
and jump out the window? What'd you do?
Oh, well, she was in my place, but like we started and I'd go to kiss her and she's like, nope. And I was like, all right, that's kind of sexy. Horror-like.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
like
Or
it.
like
Okay, that
And I was
works
like, all
right
right,
now.
well, let me, you got beautiful breasts. Let me go for those. And she's like, nope. And I was like, oh.
she sounds like a prostitute. Like, don't touch all this. You can only have that.
In fairness, I know of prostitutes who are more personal.
Really?
So did you ultimately do what she asked you
Yeah,
to do?
totally. But I might as well have stuck it in a watermelon.
Okay.
I
But
mean,
what did you find out? What was her issue?
oh my God, we don't have time.
We probably don't. we have to save that for another show.
In a nutshell, in a sentence or
She
two.
basically, in a nutshell, she was basically a gay man inside a woman's body, and she hated
Oh,
herself.
she was a
Oh.
gay man. Okay.
So she wasn't. Did you date a transsexual or a transvestite?
No, I did not. She was not an actual tranny.
Okay, but this is the girl you're telling us about right now.
Yes,
That
yeah.
she was trapped.
Yeah. These are two different women. The one I dated for a long time, we were in love, and
Right,
that was the whole thing.
right.
And then this
But
one
this
was
one,
just,
yeah.
all right, let's see what happens. And then it was like, wow, this is not good.
So why do you think that you're not meeting women in LA?
Well, that's the funny part. I'm actually meeting tons of women. I'm meeting beautiful, funny, amazing women. They're either taken,
Yeah.
or like we've just become really close friends.
Where do you meet him?
Well, I've been meeting a bunch in acting class. I'll just meet them around. I'll meet them
Right.
at like, I check out a lot of non-physical, I call it non-physical, but like spiritual stuff.
Okay.
'Cause when
Like
you-
what?
There's a place called Agape.
Oh, yeah, I know it,
that's
yeah.
pretty cool. But I find a lot of spirituality tends to be as dogmatic as religion. So I tend to be on the fringes of that and just meet people. UCB, I take classes there. I meet really
Okay.
funny women. Oh,
Okay.
Nothing sexier.
Then a funny woman. That's good.
Yeah. Smart, funny. God damn it. That's beautiful.
That's what you're looking for.
Oh my God, what would it take? Yeah.
So you're looking for a longer term thing. You don't want just a one night stand.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not against one night stand.
Okay, as we can tell, wait a minute. Just to go back a little bit, the woman
Sure.
in the elevator. Tell me. So you had sex in the elevator, and then what happened? Did she? I'm sure
Well,
there was more.
We kept having more fun.
Okay,
the
that
next
night?
night involved
Okay.
because she had roommates and I had roommates where I was staying, so we would have to find all these places around the hotel.
That's
There's a
exciting.
staircase that was awesome because there's an automatic light on both floors, so we had to stay in the the middle, like on the stairs. So try not to get the lights to go on, but they would for a second.
I think I saw an adult movie like that one time.
So it was
fun.
kind of a public place kind of thing.
Yeah, we end up on the beach.
Oh, that's so hot.
Yeah.
My
Man
God.
loves having sex in public places.
Yeah, good for you.
I have not that I do it often, but it's an exciting,
It is
thrilling kind
Yeah,
of.
it's fun.
Yeah, exactly. And it's got to be fun, guys. It's got to be fun. But okay, we need to get back to finding
Some advice for you.
Sure,
Yeah.
I would love to hear some.
Well, you know how to meet women, but it's finding the right one, I guess. I mean, stay away from strippers, I guess.
Well, that's
not that you, but because of the dark side. There are, I'm sure, a lot of great ones out there.
Exactly. I mean, I'm really open.
You are.
I don't live my life like, oh, that was so bad, I'm going to avoid that for the rest of my life. It's more like, well, that was interesting.
Okay.
I'm actually really happy with my life right now. I'm doing okay in a lot of things. It's expanding in ways I couldn't imagine. I'm having more fun than I've ever had. It's just that I never go on dates. And I know tons of women who you know, it's like they love being close to me and they love the intimacy of the fact that I can be there for them and actually I am there for them. It's not like I'm just being there for them for the sake of not doing it. But it is a thing of like, I will meet someone who's really gorgeous and funny and I'll be like, hey, let's hang out. And they'll just be like,
Okay, right there. You say, hey, let's hang out.
Sure.
Be a little bit more formal about it. Maybe they think, oh, you just want to hang out. They're going to bring the wine. You're going to bring the cheese. I mean, why don't you just say, hey, I think I'm really into you. Let's go out on a date. I want to take you out. Be more direct.
But maybe just before that, test the waters. Flirt a little. Body language. You know, get into a flirtatious conversation. Touch her arm or something and see if it's reciprocated. And then...
So if she takes out the mace, that's probably a good sign.
Yeah, that's a good sign. She's not interested.
Don't ask her out. But if she responds in kind, then say, hey, let's go out and do something sometime.
Because I read that you have a lot of female friends.
A ton.
And sometimes you can get in a pattern of just, oh, we're just friends, and oh, let's hang out and let's be buddies. So
hang out I think it's a wrong word. I mean, I think maybe change that word a bit.
Too passive.
Flirt.
Yes.
Yeah, it's nebulous. It's like, what does that mean? Are we friends or are you, and if you are into me, hang out is too casual.
Right on.
So test the waters, flirt a little, touch her, see if she responds back. She does, then go in for the kill. Hey, let's hang out some. Oh no,
make her
then
play
let's go
play
out.
some music. Read
I
her.
know.
But Anne, should he cook
sometime.
for her? Should he cook for her on the first date and play music, or is that too much?
Maybe
I don't know. That sounds a little much.
That's
for
a
me.
little much. That sounds like he's seducing her into his lair so he can get her in his bed, which is fine. Which is what you want.
If it works, I'm not mad.
But maybe the first date, do it on neutral territory. Go somewhere. Go to the beach and bring some music and bring something you've cooked. Bring it to the beach. That's it. Impress her with your culinary skills.
Yeah.
A bottle of wine or whatever your potion is. Bring it to the beach in a basket and then bring
So
some
let
good
me take
tunes.
you out.
Yes.
You can bring the guitar there. Yeah. Just don't do it at your house because then
Then she'll feel a little trapped and get a little frightened.
The guitar thing is such like it's like
okay, wait
it.
on the guitar.
Yeah. I mean that's
Just
one
do
of
the
those
food.
like it's like you're in Los Angeles. So you say I play the guitar and you get the okay.
Yeah, right. Well,
Yeah, I
And
know.
it's like all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
You
In
know.
Nashville,
Wait on
yeah,
it.
but even in LA, it's more if you're an actor. So
food
I
thing
don't.
is
I would be impressed by that. That's a big seducing point for me.
Food
Okay,
or the
so
guitar.
The food and guitar, both.
So stick with the food at first. Bring some yummy stuff that you cooked. And women are always impressed with men who can cook.
Yeah.
And if you feed them, they'll be happy. And if it tastes good, they'll be happy. Because we talked earlier about an ex-boyfriend who didn't like to feed me because he was so cheap. And that was
That is
just
not cool.
At the end of the day, it's a turn
Not a
off.
good
You're
idea.
not going to get laid and it's going to end. Okay?
Yeah, because her
Feed your
stomach's going to
women.
be growling. Her stomach's going to be growling. She can't concentrate on
She can't have
her
sex.
orgasm.
Sorry. She's so hungry. Then she's going to get
She's so
grumpy.
weak.
When I get hungry,
Get her an IV.
when I get hungry, oh my God, I get bitchy.
right.
I get grumpy and bitchy. So,
sexy.
guys,
What?
feed your women.
Yeah, really.
Okay.
He likes that, Ann. That's turning him
a little
on.
bitchy is okay. Okay, let her wait a little bit. Keep her on her feet, but then feed her.
Oh my God, Michael! I wish
Okay.
we could have you on like the whole time. We're
Oh,
going to have to like.
fantastic.
Will you come back?
Absolutely, I'd love to be there. You guys are great.
Okay, no, you go and try all these techniques,
Oh, yeah,
and then
totally.
you come back and you let us know if it worked.
I'll come back, tell you my awkward touching stories. So I
Yes,
grabbed your shoulder and
Shoulders
shook
like
her.
that, shook her.
No,
No,
we didn't tell
we
you to
didn't
do
mean
that.
for you to do
Gentle.
that.
When you touch her, be gentle.
Like on the face?
Soft. No,
Like
on
this,
the
like
arm.
hand on the
Flicker on
face?
the
No,
nose.
no, not that. If we've got new
It's for
listeners
humor.
out there,
For humor.
we're talking to Michael here, and we're talking about dating, and we're trying to up his game in the dating world, and we're trying to get him laid, and we're trying to find him a good woman. So for all you guys who just tuned in, that's what we're talking about. We're having fun.
We're having fun.
Fantastic.
Michael, this is great. So
Thanks.
yeah, you've got
Thanks.
some great stories, and
I got a few.
You got a few.
There's
So yeah,
involving an
we
internet
could we
date,
could do the whole
Okay.
show with Michael.
We need to have Michael back. Well, he's got some really juicy stories, guys. Oh my God.
Any story that starts with "I met this girl on the internet,"
Yeah, exactly.
gonna go somewhere
It's going to go
good. It
somewhere
should.
good.
Wow, it sounds
Yeah.
like a book, and we
Yeah.
need you back to tell us more and more. So,
fantastic.
So we need everybody to check out our website. You can learn more about Ann and I at 2heartsonline.com. That's the number 2, heartsonline.com. So we're here trying to spread a little love and spread a little magic around, helping everybody with their dating makeovers. Well, Michael, thank you so much
Thanks for having me,
for
guys.
coming in.
thanks for coming, and we'll have you back.
Any parting words?
Thanks. I mean, it was fun. I don't do anything unless it's fun.
Yeah.
And
well,
I think that I'm actually really excited to try that.
Oh, the touch
manscaping?
Well, to just literally say, "Let me take you out."
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
that never occurred to me. That's not overly aggressive, and it's actually very like.
That's right.
"Hey, let
Yeah.
me take you out.
Yeah. It's direct
Get rid
and
of
it's simple.
Get rid of let's
Hang.
hang.
Yeah.
The
That's
chill.
too, innocuous.
yeah,
Right on.
exactly.
And test the waters first. If you're not sure, touch
Hand to
her
the face,
arm.
right? That's what you told
Hand
me to do.
no hand
up
to
her
the face.
nose. Put it up
Don't
her
listen
nose.
to Michael. Don't put your
or,
finger
you know,
on
I've
his
written all
nose.
this down. You told me.
Smack her ass
Yeah.
or something really hard or something.
Okay, thanks everybody for tuning in today. We are 2 Hearts, and we look forward to hearing from you next time.
Dating is confusing these days. The rules keep changing, and it's no wonder men don't know what to do. Sandra and Ann provide the translation guide and bridge the ever-complicated communications gap between men and women.